Hey guys, it's Crazy M, and today I'm here with the third part of my PDW guide, and today we're gonna talk about the MP7. So I don't want to say too much about the MP7 first just now. We're just gonna take a look at the bullet patterns and then discuss the gun a little bit more later. So here's the first pattern for the naked MP7. There's not too much to say. It gets pretty decent hip fire, and we see at longer ranges it's pretty messed up. Now with the laser pointer the hipfire gets even better, really good, but again we see the hipfire is really messed up. And if you think that the long range ADS should be the same but it's pretty random here, that's the reason, because the MP7 got a left and right pull of 0.45, so that means it's gonna just switch between both sides and just randomly spring around, so that's a really hard part to. So the next thing we can put on the MP7 is a silencer, and the bullet patterns look real different because you can't have extended mags equipped if you put the silencer on there, so that's why they look much smaller, but in fact they aren't really, but still the silencer doesn't really mess that much with your hipfire. And if you put a laser sight on it, the hipfire is actually pretty good still, as compared to the one without a silencer. It's not that much of a difference. One thing that is interesting, that Battlelog actually tells us that the MP7 features a silencer, and that a silencer is making the weapon a good close range stealth killing machine. So now that we got the recoil patterns out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the MP7 in general. The first thing to say, it's got a high rounds per minute at 950 rounds per minute. That's one of the highest rounds per minute that you can get. Only the FAMAS with 1000 rounds per minute is higher, I guess. And as all of the PDWs, it's got a relatively low bullet speed, 390 meters per second, but it is one of the faster ones out there. It has, however, a pretty low damage model with 20 maximum damage and a drop off to 11.2, so that's not too much. However, it's got a low vertical recoil, but a pretty big pull to the left and right at 0.45, as I already said, I guess. And so that's making it hard to predict where a gun's gonna jump in long ranges. So if you look at it, we could say, why would we want to use this? We got an UMP, for example, who kills much more faster because it's got a high damage. But here comes the one thing that the MP7 really does good, that's the hipfire, and you see it in the clips. It's really a beast on the hipfire, and you can't really go for long range shots. It doesn't really bring you any benefit, so it's a pure hipfire machine, nothing for bigger maps, so it's really only be used at the small, tiny maps with a lot of corners where you can hipfire really well. However, I gotta say though, I tried it with a suppressor, and even though the hipfire wasn't bad, there's one thing: you only got 21 rounds with a suppressor. The reload down time is pretty painful, and if you have a couple of enemies in front of you, you're probably dead. So I don't feel like the suppressor is a good choice, but still the hipfire isn't bad by any means, but it's just because the long reload time and the small magazine is really hurting it. With an extended max you get 41 rounds, which is pretty nice. Keep in mind though, you only got 3 mags, so either running as a support or having support play with you or running with the squad perk for the ammo is a good choice. So yeah, that's it for this episode of the PDW guide, and I wish you a nice day. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you like what you saw, leave a like, and I'll see you next time.